Okay, welcome. Hold on, what did I say I was going to title this? Recovery from the norm. Okay, welcome to recovery from the norm. All right, so look. So recovery from the norm, let's just go ahead and keep it a bug. Recovery from the norm, and when I say norm, I don't mean the norm of society, okay? I think I mean more of the norm of the version of the things that no longer serve you. That's considered your norm, okay? Because see, we can put emphasis on society, but at the end of the day, it's how you are living in society. See, we all live in the same world, but for some reason, we're not all in the same world. You know what I mean? Because when I tell y'all, I just be flowing through life. And I think when you are recovering from the norm, the first thing you have to do is detach yourself from physical shit and start attaching yourself to what you feel. Okay? This is the transfer from masculine toxic this is a transfer from toxic femininity to healthy femininity. See, we could say it's masculine energy, but in reality, it's toxic femininity because you didn't even trust in yourself to stop going so fucking hard. Why were you going so hard? Okay? Because your masculine energy is actually very weak. You're very weak spirited that way. Okay? So think about what happens when you're sick and you're weak. You know, you really can't really move. You're not really your full self. You're very fatigued, or you feel very heavy. Yeah, that heaviness is that weak spirited weighing you down. Okay, honey, and at this time in life, we don't have time for that. Okay, and when I mean we don't have time for that, hold on. Y'all have to say something. Y'all need to talk. Talk. I guess that's the first thing y'all need to do is start using your throat chakra more. That's the first thing you're recovering from the norm. And that's that when you're that's why I say you weak spirited, because your masculine energy is your throat chakra. And if your feminine energy is not in the right place, that means that you aren't attracting to the things that you feel. That's why my throat just kept getting like like come up if you're gonna come up, but there's nothing coming up. Because they're basically trying to tell me that a lot of y'all don't stick up for yourself verbally. You don't tell yourself what you really want. You don't know. You know, a lot of people used to always be like, you're so picky and all this other stuff. Am I picky, or is it just what I like? You don't like me, or you don't like the fact that I don't want to play with you. Like, I don't want to hang out with you. Which one is it? Am I really doing something different at this job, or are you allowing your ego and your illusion of me get in between business? 333 as I looked up. Let's be honest. Like, because I always tell people can never really tell the truth about what's going on. And that was a part of my ego that had to release that need to be right, because somebody else's throat chakra was blocked. So why not I just say what the truth is? Speak the truth, you know? There's nothing wrong with that. It's the truth. I was telling them yesterday about that dating show that's a prime example of what I mean by the fact that you don't know what you really want, okay? Because they literally go on a dating show for this intent and then totally feel bad, or they do this, they do that, like. And I do understand you're on a show and you're going to act that type of way, you know, because you get your check by any means. But you can tell when it's a lack of integrity when it is. Jonathan, high integrity. Don't play with me. Stop bullying people. You know, he wasn't a bully, really. He just matched your energy. I'm trying to tell y'all that shit. That's the Aries shit. We just match your energy. Go to war. If he wasn't on that show, he probably wouldn't have just been openly beating people up, because he realized what reputation he has. He's actually above this energy, but he just had to make sure you knew what we come from. See, you have to, when you're recovering from the norm, there is a big acceptance that's about to happen in that time. Because when you are coming into this place of where you're not having to fight for everything, that means you now have to tell people what you want. You now have to be very, very outspoken about what you want. And it doesn't mean you have to be loud. It doesn't mean you just need to be very direct with how you feel. And I think that always keeps you guys at a very low vibration, because you ask for these things of like, you want a more peaceful life, you want to be more happy, you want to do things that make you happy, you want a soft life. But then you get this amount of time to yourself to relax, that you are so chaotic in the brain that you can't even ask yourself, what's wrong? Why do I feel so, this is different for me, so what's wrong? That's the first question. I remember one time I was crying and I couldn't even figure out why the fuck I was crying. And I was just in the mirror and I just sat there and I said, what's wrong? What's wrong? And it's like, I could like, I gave myself a second, and then and I heard in my head, I'm scared. So then I answered back, scared of what? See, people always try to make it seem like you're crazy because you talk to yourself. But I'm trying to tell you, if you cannot articulate what you're feeling, why would you not say it out loud? I even text myself things. Like, I text myself the downloads that they give me between my iPad and my phone. I text it in a Google document on my laptop. Because I gotta think, like, why did I feel like that? What came up? I've been telling y'all lately about your dreams. Your dreams are answers to your questions, meaning that if you've been asking for something or you've been trying to get clarity on something and then you see it, what is wrong with you? What are you going to do about it? So now that you're seeing that you are feeling uncomfortable because you feel like you're not doing enough, then you feel lazy. That's very contradicting to the universe, because you said you wanted a soft life. What comes with soft life is rest. It comes a sense of calmness. It's very peaceful. I'm telling y'all now, you're going through the phase of where you've probably learned people were snakes, whatever like that. But it was a reflection of you, and it's okay. It's a reflection of your insecurities that you weren't being open about. It's a reflection of where you weren't showing your true, authentic self. It's just a reflection where you weren't speaking your truth. It's just a reflection. It's okay. But you got to this point that you seek the trouble, that now you cannot find glory. And that shit don't be adding up to me. Because this is, and that was the whole thing about how I kept telling y'all of this in between, or this anti-luxury, and this whole, I'm not the average luxury girl. What the fuck is the average luxury girl? Because baby, I found luxury with no money in my account, swiping, my food stamps at Kroger for a Frappuccino. I felt very luxurious when I used to do that. When I didn't have no money for that. I felt luxurious swiping my food stamp card to go get sushi and go in the park. I felt luxurious going to the lake. Because this was at the time where I was done traveling. God sat me the fuck down. Because I'm not going to cap. I told them on Instagram a couple months ago, I like luxury things. I see things very luxurious. I like first class. I like bougie champagne. I like that shit. But I got to be able to afford that shit. I got to be able to accept that shit. So what I also realized is, if I didn't have the money to pay for this, that means that there's something in my frequency that's now allowing me to have an open space with this money. And whatever it is blocking it, I got to fight that shit off, because I like money. People know that about me. I like nice things, but I'm not the type to really sell myself short. See, when you get to this place of where you realize that there are snakes, and you now have to focus on your relationship with yourself, you'll get so focused on the external things of how much things cost that I told y'all get in that spirit of by any means. So in the time that you were supposed to be growing and finding the blockages within yourself, you've decided to now add more shit onto shit to try to create a picture that's not even the original source of the goal was to be happy and peaceful. Can't tell me you peaceful. You having to get up at 3 a.m. and go to the ATM, and you scared that the check might not hit. You're having to steal. Anything that's causing you some type of anxiety It's probably something you shouldn't be fucking doing. That's why these real strippers, these real hoes, these real drug dealers, these real rappers, they telling y'all, oh no, I had to get down. I had to be true to myself. I took some L's. See, I keep telling y'all, recovering from the norm is that bit of acceptance. If you don't accept yourself when you come out the norm, oh, you're gonna fail. Because just because you came out of your norm, that doesn't mean everybody else came out of their norm. That doesn't mean that you're not gonna see things of people. I told y'all, when you first get out of that, you start to gain FOMO. You do. 1044, you start to gain FOMO. So you had time to be by yourself. You've caught FOMO. You were able to identify everything external, but there seems to be a lack of acceptance of the inner issues and the inner acceptance of what the blockage really is. Like a lot of y'all money issues is tied to y'all parents. I'm just being honest. That's why some of y'all decide to just do the wildest shit for money. Because your parents. You feel like you have to put up some type of persona for your parents. And then a lot of y'all's money issues comes from your community based off the people you allow around you on an energetic base. Their energy is the reason why your flow of money is not too good. You got to have people on your team that's like, look, I'll split my last with you. We got $30. We got $30, but we ain't broke. We flowing. See, because they've released that attachment to the physical thing. Let's you see how this is all closing in? Here we go. They're having the same gratitude for the things that you like to do because of the fact that they fucked with it because of how it felt, not how it looked. See, I like bitches that like luxury. They like to link up on some luxurious shit, but nobody even know where the fuck we at. We ain't posted shit. We ain't did shit. People don't know, but I bet you them bitches with me knew we had fun. This is this energy that's getting you out of this norm. Because if you don't go through that process, and I'm telling you now, it is a process. When you start going towards the things you truly authentically like and feel, and you start healing and being honest with yourself, it's a process. There are days where you're going to feel lazy and you're going to want to fight that lazy. I'm telling you right now, don't fight that lazy. You need to start saying affirmations of that God, I trust that I know when it's time to move, I move. See, this is when I told y'all, this is when you start getting locked into the affirmations. I told y'all, them affirmations from God. God told God, them words that God wanted me to speak. Say things out loud so you can hear yourself speak, so you can trick the unconscious mind, the subconscious mind, baby. See, this game is about the mental. It's not about the physical. It's about what you can do with your mind. Told y'all, I teach y'all the game. I don't mind. Because I realized me teaching the game was beneficial to me. It helped my value. I'm a very valuable being. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to bite off nobody. I eat by myself. What are you talking about? I'm that bitch. Hold on, I'm trying to get to these affirmations I had. Hold on. Oh, I hate when I can't find something when I'm looking for it. 1 second. Boom, here we go. So I got these little things. I'm trying to be having all these notes and shit, right? So you need to feed your brain knowledge like food. Challenge your mind to expansion. If the message triggers emotions, analyze them. What resonates at the time allows the mind to be aware that there is something on the heart. What resonates at the time allows the mind to be aware that there's something on the heart. Open the door to self communication. Okay? When random childlike memories arise, act on it. It's your inner child indicating attention. When in balance, you act on impulse and emotion. You tend to harm yourself because you do not include logic. The inner child needs both to act out of its full potential state. Day by day. Even if you're acting on protection, people won't understand it because they'll put their own emotions before yours. Okay? Even if you're acting off protection, people won't understand it because they put their own emotions before yours. So if you found some type of comfortability that you like to only work 4 days out the week, and that's enough time for you. Because at the end of the day, I want y'all to understand, and I really want y'all to grasp this concept. Money isn't flying out of the fucking sky. You're going to actually have to put in some effort to let it call it in. You have to call it in. Call it in. It's not a game. If you called it in, you wouldn't have to work so fucking hard. It would be more, and you'd realize when things are actually being handled around you without physical paper. See, you're not grateful for what's happening. If somebody cash app you $30, you got gas, boom. You got gas, boom. Then you go here, somebody paid for this. This is what you wanted. Just hear me out. Here it go. Then you say out loud, God, I was really looking into getting to this. All of a sudden, you see an opportunity, and somebody saying, hey, I would like to pay for a course for you to learn lashes. Hey, can you be my mentor? Can you be my mentee? I would like to learn. Like, you're like, wait, what? See, y'all are open to opportunities, but you don't trust in yourself because of the fact that you allow somebody to dupe you into something. You don't fully get, you don't get the full thing. See, people always want to be like, well, where's your reviews for readings? What the fuck do I look like giving you a review? Because they're going to give you a review based on about how they felt with me. One client could have been mad as hell with me, and I told them, well, you had the day that the Lord blessed you with. Bye-bye, baby. And another client could say, look, it was phenomenal. It was life-changing. Why do you need to see that review? You don't trust in yourself? Trust yourself. This is about trusting yourself. And even when I'm telling people certain things, and even I had to tell myself, people think that I'm just harsh with people. I'm like that with myself. I used to be hard on myself. Like, we're not doing enough. You're not producing enough money. Where is this revenue? What is going on? Hey, ain't no money. God, where's the money? Where's the money? We got to go get this hard. We got to move this fast. We got to start moving this. We got to start moving that. I can't think like that. That's too chaotic. It causes me too much anxiety. I had to realize that you have to pay attention to longevity. What is the purpose behind all this money? Because I realized that the more I gain a sense of purpose for why I wanted the money, it made me now gain a sense of wanting to be very resourceful and wanting to get knowledge on why I wanted this type of lifestyle. See, you need to pay attention to what type of lifestyle you want. I don't mind working. I put blood, sweat, and tears into my company. Blood, sweat, and tears. So working isn't the problem. Thank you for confirmation. Thank you for confirmation. I put blood, sweat, and tears in this bitch. Working ain't the issue. I'm just not going to work where I'm not valued. And I see that the only way I'm going to be able to gain the reciprocity that I deserve is from God and to do my purpose of what the Lord told me. So this means that this don't mean that you don't need to have no job. You don't need to work for nobody. That don't mean that. Because if I had a company right now, I bet you I'd have hella people in my email trying to be my virtual assistant. So, because working ain't the issue. You need to learn your value. Stop trying to be on this bandwagon of I don't want to work. Entrepreneurship is not for everybody. Even if you get a job, why can't we even grasp the concept of getting a job that at least makes us feel better? So when you're going through these of the recovering from the norm, you realize that I didn't really need to stop doing this because at the same time, I need this. I want this. How else am I going to get it? If I don't want to be codependent on somebody, I have to seek some type of independence. And the only way I'm going to be able to seek some type of independence seems that I'm going to have to find something within myself. And when I find something within myself, I don't have a problem with working. I don't have a problem taking a nap throughout the day. I don't have a problem sitting outside and, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what I see as freedom. You might see freedom as traveling. So you would be like, you know what? I would actually want to be a flight attendant. And because I want to travel and also I love to help people. Oh my God, I actually do want to be a nurse. I actually want to help people. Because how do you feel when you do it? When you're recovering from the norm, the new norm you create is doing the things that make you feel good while you do it. Not for you to neglect your priorities. Are you crazy? This is why I keep trying to tell you, this is not a time for you to be a parent. Because you're going to be, I'm telling y'all now, if you are going to be a parent, can you please be resourceful? Can you please be honest? Can you please have integrity? If you're going to if you're going to be a prostitute, if you're going to be a drug dealer, can you please have some integrity? Don't shit where you sleep. Those demons get into they get into the demon where you sleep at, so they can shit in there. Where your children lay their head where you sleep. That's not a real boss thing to do. Shouldn't link up with snakes. You shouldn't let snakes under your thing. I never forget when I found 2 snakes in my house. I never forget that shit. I never forget that shit. Physically, animals. I never forget that shit. And to this day, I think, what the fuck were you thinking? What were you thinking? I don't know. But I bet you I learned from it. Recovering from the norm is learning from it. It's opening up the acceptance. Opening up the acceptance allows you to be free of the heart, free of the mind, free of the soul. Because now it's like, well, shit, if I stop doing that, what else can I do? That's why everybody's talking about, oh, well, I stopped smoking weed. And there's so much controversy about the weed thing. Weed is not the problem. It's you. Because I light a blunt and I don't have those depression thoughts. I don't have that feeling of coping. I don't have that feeling of cloudiness. Because when I'm needing to take a tolerance break, or the Lord says, hey, I just need you to slow down a minute, I trust myself. So I might skip a day. If I feel like I want to connect more, and I am having a time of that I want to gain peace, that means that when I inhale peace. And when I exhale problems. I don't cope. I don't try to suppress what I feel. I exhale my problems to cry, to write, to channel. If you start using weed in a more resourceful way, instead of a way as a real drug, instead of as of a like a supplement, like a medicine. I always say morning medicine. I don't call it a drug. Weed's not a drug. You know? Y'all realizing where you were codependent on weed. Is there a balance? If you're gonna buy weed, did you put it in the budget? That was one thing. I didn't care how much money I had. I put weed in my budget. That was a part of my budget. Weed and to go get my nails done. And then I started to realize that it was no longer about what I purchased. It now was at a point of where I wanted to have the experience. They started that when you get out the norm, recovering from the norm, you have to create your experience, because you're going to fuck around and go to the same shit and still be unsatisfied, dissatisfied. There's going to be a lack of satisfaction. I'm trying to tell y'all. I hope you're listening. I hope you're listening. I hope you're learning. I hope you wrote down those things that I told you. I hope you did. I hope you did. Find a tool to get your thoughts out. Writing is a powerful tool. Once you write anything, it's acknowledgement. Embrace what you acknowledge about yourself. Okay? When random childlike memories arise, act on it. It's your inner child indicating attention. Even if that meant that you remember as a child, you would go eat ice cream or something. Go to the ice cream. I remember everything that I used to do as a kid during this time of my healing, I did it again. And every single time that I found myself doing something as a kid, some type of information would be given to me. It's like I was going and picking up clues. I love to just sit outside and be in my own little world. I found very comfort in going to the park. And, I like stuff like that. Coloring. And, I like stuff like that. I can't swim, so I don't really fuck with water like that. But I like the scenery. I'm big on the scenery. I like the way things are seen. I found comfort in eating my food in my car. Like, I found comfort going to this grocery store. I found comfort in this. It's where you're fine comfortable, because I keep trying to tell you, the Lord wants you to be comfortable. The only reason why you're uncomfortable because you're not in alignment. Getting in alignment means you have to get snugged into something. And I realized that. The only time that I seem to be able to be uncomfortable is when I was not in alignment. All right, we're going to get some from here. We're going to go. Your hard work is paying off. I don't know how many times I need to tell y'all that. Conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. I told you need to celebrate yourself. A new start is coming. New moon. Take time to breathe out. I'm telling you now, if you aren't able to play outside right now, there's a reason for it, and it's okay. It's getting you to get back on course because you weren't even getting that shit in the right way. This is to get you back on course. See, the conclusion within reach in a full moon eclipse is giving me the sense of like, it's done. It's done. Karmic cycles, it's done. So now it's time for you to recover from the norm. And recovering from the norm means you have to put in effort. Hard work is paying off. Come on. Take time to breathe out. We're going to read this one. We're going to go. I be so sick. You contradicting. Let you come fuck me. Sis, I know she's turned up with that song, honey. Okay. The intensity of this full moon has abated. And what are we left with? This is what this card is asking you. What'd I say? What's wrong with you? It suggests that the situation you're asking about has now peaked and it's time to regroup, learn from your experience rather than blindly forging ahead. Have faith that what is happening is best for you. Try to accept the way things are now and give yourself and others time out to relax. Give others, I told you, okay, breathe. We can't all be on all the time. If you feel wait, hold on. Let me get my thoughts together. Because I still forget Mercury is still retrograde and my Aries and Mercury and my Gemini rise and it's jumping. Give me a second. Take a deep breath with me one time. You ready? We needed that. Okay, and we're back. Try to accept the way things are now and give yourself and others time out to relax. Breathe. We can't be on all the time. If you feel you've hit an obstacle or even failed some way, now is the time to reflect on how to do things differently next time. Be honest with yourself. If you feel bad about your current situation, then remind yourself that life goes in cycles. It says, the affirmation here says, I am where I am and it's okay. I am where I am and it's okay. It says, the teaching here says, the first moon phase after the explosion of energy that comes with the full moon. And what did we just have a couple of weeks ago? Full moon and a lunar eclipse. Conclusion within our read this. And see, that was the ending. See, you're having that residue that you're trying to clear off right now. And it's funny that I told y'all, a lot of y'all need to go get in the bath. Go get in the bath. Not the shower. Go get in the bath. Go soak. Move your hips. Allow the energy to be very free right now. Yeah, release those things. When you get in the tub, I bet you a lot of y'all are going to start crying. And when you start crying, ask yourself, why am I crying? A lot of y'all are going to get angry when you get in the water. Your emotions are going to pour out. And ain't nobody going to be in there but you. Okay? No matter when you pick this card, it suggests that you are a more tranquil point in your life cycle of whatever situation you're asking about. This is not the ideal time to start something new. This moon is the time to breathe out. Give yourself some time to think off and think about what has passed. What has passed? I told you, Gemini season, it gives me like reflection. And this was that's what Mercury and Gemini was doing. It was giving that reflection energy and that Pisces Neptune energy. It was giving all of that. Okay, now that we flow into Gemini season and we're now the Mercury's in Taurus and it's also about to come out of retrograde, this is not the time to start something new. Just relax, get the residue off. Because now you need to start manifesting. You need to sit with yourself so you can start having these thoughts of where things are going. What direction do you see yourself going in? Because right now, it's time for you to have a plan. The biggest thing is how your spirit is. Because when your spirit isn't aligned, you literally are attached to things. I told them in Daily Glitter today that it's giving me the sense of things are being attracted to you based off your frequency. Your frequency is attracting these type of things. So if you're in unhappy things, it's because of the fact that that's where your frequency is. So if you're in the sense of having this feeling of having to move and you're angry and you're irritable, that's where your frequency is. Why don't you find some type of peace in this frequency? What is making you irritable about the fact of that you're having to sit and not do anything? Have you ever sat and not done anything? Have you ever taken a whole day off and not done nothing? Have you had one of those times? Because that's what's happening. It's okay. Because even when you're in that time, you're in a sense of receiving. So meaning things can be just happening around you, and then you finally go out tomorrow and it all changes. Or you finally put the video out and you get that one comment and it goes viral. You finally actually start sewing that shit. You start making clothes. You start resting and rejuvenating your body. You actually start losing weight. A lot of y'all trauma is on your body because it's not purified. That emotion is coming up. That's why I told y'all the sacral chakra is bubbling. The energy is flowing. It's making space. We're going through a wound healing right now. So when you're going through a wound healing, that means that all that gut, that's why I've been trying to tell y'all, watch what you eat. Watch what you eat. That's why they've been getting on y'all about your herbs. That's why they've been getting on to you about your vitamins, sea moss, all this shit they've been trying to tell you. See, you know what's been coming up, and I need to go get some more sea moss. So thank you. I'm glad I said that, because I realized that I realized that videos was coming up about my lungs, about my smoking. And I was realizing that they kept pushing that because, hey, if you're going to smoke, at least take care of yourself. If you're going to do this, at least take care of yourself. It is giving me that you need to at least take care of yourself. If that's what you want to do, take care of yourself. You want to have a home birth? Do your research. Because I told y'all this now. If you don't love yourself, you are going to put up with anything. And if you don't got partners and people around you that also go to war about you and love you and protect you the same way, they're going to also drag you down. Y'all saw that video, that little white boy and that white girl, and she talking about she want an epidural, and the boy talking about she's getting an epidural, she's a pussy. I'll punch that nigga in his throat. Are you serious? Do you birth babies, bitch? Don't play with me. I'm telling you, I've always said this. The man that the Lord has placed into my life, I don't speak twice. And he ain't gonna let me speak twice because he gonna say she said what she said and she gonna say it again. I don't have to deal with shit like that because I don't do that with God. I tell God one time what it's gonna be. And the Lord says, and you ain't gotta say it no more. You don't want to deal with that? Perfectly fine. You don't want to have to worry about that? Perfectly fine. Let me give it to you. You ask me and you'll get it. Don't go around asking other people. Ask me. Ask me, see what I do for you. You know what song playing right now? Lotus Flower Bomb. We living in a fantasy. I feel it when you next to me. Feeling that we need to be my lady, my baby. Yeah. Can't you see? I'm talking about it. Go listen to that song. Go listen to that song. I love my life, y'all. It's be so fun. I always tell people, y'all just watching me have fun. And I think thank God every day, like, I'm able to share something to the world that's different because I created my own norm. And creating my own norm, meaning I had to let go of how people saw me and how people did this and that because it just was a reflection of what they saw in themselves. And I'm sorry you don't see yourself as the shit. That's kind of embarrassing of you, but unfortunately, I can't be that way. I'm sorry you're upset that I don't want to fuck with you. I mean, you'll see it later, because you don't see that trait within you, That's an inner thing. That's none of my business. We don't sync. We don't sync. We don't sync. When I feel what I feel in my inner when I'm next to you, I don't like it. So unfortunately, you got to go. And that was big for me because, the world is a cruel place. People say anything. They don't give a fuck. And when you're on the internet, people will say anything to you. They will say anything to you. And I'm not that type of person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a very, big ego. And I controlled it to have, a lot of self-control. To just know, I'm not going to argue with your dumb ass. Get your dumb ass on somewhere, bitch. Fuck. I don't play those type of fucking games. I'm a nice person. I like to have fun. I like to learn. But what I'm not going to do is deal with your ignorance. And I made sure I asked God this. Like, we had to talk before these terms and conditions. Like, y'all ever seen 50 Shades of Grey? And let's not reference with the whole thing, but let's reference to the movie, okay? In 50 Shades of Grey, Christian Grey has his contract that he has about, how it is to be his submissive. And, when she came around, she read the contract and she says, well, I'm down, but there's some terms and conditions that I don't care for. We need to come to a type of agreement. That's the exact thing I sat down with God and said, we got to have some type of agreement. If you want me to do this, I need to be able to do X, Y, and Z. He said, check. I said, also, if you want me to do this, I need X, Y, and Z. He said, check. I said, okay. The thing that you need to learn while you're trying to recover from this norm, and I hope that you grasp this concept, is that you need to be patient while things are being forming for you. Like children have to wait for their parents to make the plate. You need to be patient while you're going through this process of creating your own norm. Because I'm telling you, you trying to create your norm based on somebody else's spiritual journey is going to put you in a state of lack, of loss. You're not going to be satisfied. Because you're gonna be trying to figure out the illusion. You're gonna be fighting an illusion of how they even got there. You might want to live off grid. You might want to live in the forest. I know I ain't that type of bitch. I ain't living in no forest. The Lord knows that she's not that type of person. We can't put her in no damn forest. They can't even put me around dogs. I don't like that. Get your dog away. I don't like to be touched by animals. Like, I'm so like, don't touch me. Like, I'm real bougie with myself. I don't want to be touched by no animal. I don't want to be dealing with that. I don't want that. And it's no offense to you. It's me. And those are my boundaries that I prefer people to respect, because I respect that that's your home. That's your pet. I just don't have to be there. If this is your business and you keep your animal in your business establishment, I don't have to be there, sweetie. It's okay. I respect that. See, people gain a sense of entitlement and an attitude because they feel people aren't going to accept it. So they make you accept it. You don't make me do anything. You don't have to deal with none of that shit. Stop it. Go play with your mother. Don't play with me. Okay? But I think we done. God, like, all right, you done. I'm telling you, I have to be and I just be like, yep. Okay, he wants me to get this. Okay, so we're gonna get one from the Halloween Oracle Oracle deck. I said I was gonna do a air element reading. We'll see. Midnight, the most magical hour of all. An illumination, skull of light. Stop it. Skull of light. We can stay in the dark, exist only in the midnight hours, but shining the torch, the victory is ours. Are you serious? Are you serious? That's crazy. As the famous psychotherapist John suggested, knowing our own darkness helps us cope with the darkness of others. Taking time to know thyself and to seek understanding of our more destructive or shadow natures can lead to huge happiness and less anxiety. Once you embrace the beast, you can have a healthy beast. It's okay. Don't worry. Y'all are seeing me in true form. This is, it was all loading. So make sure you be talking about me. Make sure you put big homie when you say OG. When you speaking on my name, make sure you say big homie. Make sure, okay? The idea of being shown the way in the most difficult times is always knowing that we are never alone in the darkness, and the key to this magical element. Light is usually a comforting thing, yet sometimes we do not really want to see the boogeyman under our bed. It is too scary, too big, and we know not how to defeat it. Yet, by simply shining the torch upon such darkness, the victory is ours. Should the skull of light enter your life, know that it is a time to open yourself fully to the clarity of the bright illumination. Allow yourself to be seen, to see, and to act upon what is shown to you. The time has passed for hiding, for pretending and for swallowing our discomfort. Didn't we get discomfort earlier? Okay. Okay. The time has passed for hiding, for pretending, and for swallowing our discomfort by accepting the status quo when it really doesn't suit us. I know that's fucking right. All right, here we go. Midnight. It says, the dark it envelopes me. The witching hour awaits. True magic and enchantment and spells that change fates. And spells that change fates. Words are spells. Time is an illusion, but we don't have time to waste. That's my favorite thing to tell niggas. Time is an illusion, but we don't got time to waste, okay? So you keep fucking around with the fuck around, you're gonna be fucked around, okay? The middle of the night, midnight, is the hour in which it is believed that ghosts, witches, gals, and magic are most likely to be active. Transition times such as the noon, the time between tides, or even dark moon are traditionally powerful times for magical transformation. And this is that when God wakes you up, but in the wee hours of the night. In some Christian traditions, the witching hour is seen as 3 a.m. because it is the opposite to the time that Jesus is said to have died at 3 p.m. I told you, come at the wee hours of the night. But there is some consensus that midnight is the time of the greatest magic, particularly around Halloween. As soon as the clock strikes midnight on Halloween, it is said that the spirits flow forward through the veil and its benevolent bring positive message. If not so benevolent, they are mischievous and play tricks at best, or at worst, cause havoc. Thanks for confirmation. Allow yourself to relax into the benevolent darkness of midnight. You may feel that this is your darkest hour, but know that the light will return again. The dawn also follows the darkest night. Know, too, that it is important to recognize that we all have darkness within us, just as we have light. And this isn't something to hide from. I rest my case, you know? All right, so yeah, books is closed for the rest of the month. I'm gonna leave the books open for June. I'm gonna look at the dates and see. I did say I was gonna do a sale, so I might do 22% off all services over, like, all session services, not the quick readings. Not the quick readings. That's already the discount right there, okay? That's already the discount, okay? Not changing that. So on all the sessions, so that means Lifematician 1101 through 4 and the birth chart sessions. Pre-records, they're not a discount either, you know, only on live sessions. It's 22% on all live sessions, okay? I love you guys. Have a great day. Love yourself. You are loved. What song is this? At your best, you are loved. What did I literally just say? You are loved. Come on. Bye, y'all.